Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I am determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I am determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families by being broken by sexual misconduct. For our Dharma lesson, we've been reading Abundant, Exalted, Immeasurable by Ajahn Pasanno, and we're beginning chapter 8 tonight, Questions and Answers. Question. For me, there appears to be a fine line between paying attention to breath and controlling breath. Is it like with quantum physics, just being aware changes the phenomena? Answer. That's absolutely true in the sense that as we're attentive to the breath, in the same way as if we're really aware of a thought or an emotion, a change is already set in motion. It takes a degree of skill in crafting exactly how we are attentive. Sometimes we pay attention in a way in which we have a very fixed idea of what we want. We then, of course, set ourselves up to confirm that idea. It's also true that we can pay attention to the breath with an idea that we would like to become peaceful, but there needs to be a certain letting go, a willingness not to have the doer get involved and try to make things be how we conceive of them. That sense of doing turns into busyness, tightness, and disappointment. Or it turns into gratification. We get what we want, but then we realize that what we wanted doesn't fit in with what we would want if we could get it. We tie ourselves in knots that way. So we need to direct attention to what is useful at this time. Is it useful to bring up a pleasing object? Is it useful to put forth a certain determination, digging our heels in and saying, I've got to hold the line here? Or is it recognizing, I've really got to let go into spaciousness? So there is attention, and the breath is the anchor that we can use to sustain and cultivate awareness and mindfulness. But once we get into controlling the breath or trying to control what we are getting out of it too much, we are going to feel tension, tightness, and frustration. There's a fine line, and that comes through experience. Of course, suffering is a great teacher. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me tonight.